What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, let's talk about How to Train Your Dragon. Yet another one of these animated classics converted to live action. We saw Snow White, okay? We saw Lilo and Stitch, and now we're at How to Train Your Dragon. Not without controversy, just like the other two. There's a little controversy going on the week of the release, which is kind of crazy to me, man. Like, this thing has been kind of flying under the radar. Nobody's been saying nothing negative. Everybody's kind of like, okay, you know, we really don't like a certain aspect of this, but we're willing to rock with it. We can't wait till the movie comes out. Let's see what it is. You guys probably already know what the situation is because we got this young lady, this actress, Nico Parker, portraying this character over here on the right, Astrid. And then obviously, you know, the race swap is in effect. All right. It's pretty clear that this is a race swap. However, what I found interesting, and I hadn't even checked on this, there were people saying, hey, all they really need to do is put Nico Parker in a blonde wig and we good. A lot of people were saying that. I kept seeing that everywhere. Yeah, just put her in a blonde wig. If she wears a blonde wig, she's straight, we good. We could swallow the rest, you know, okay, yeah, it's a race swap, but just put her in a blonde wig and we ain't got no problems. And I was always like, a wig? That's all y'all asking for? A wig? A blonde wig? I was like, man, is that really going to make a difference? And I said that until I saw this picture. And then I was like, yo, yeah, put her in a wig. Yeah, that wig actually makes a big difference. You know, like, it was startling. I was just like, I had never checked on it. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard people say it. I never checked on it because I was just always like, yeah, this is a black chick. You really can't do much here. All right. Putting a blonde wig on her. I don't know how that's going to work. But then when I saw this, I was like, oh, hell no, that actually works. That actually works. Putting her in a blonde wig would have made all the difference in the world. Of course they didn't do it. And then on top of that, now Nico Parker seems like she felt some sort of way about that. This article on Cosmic Book News, How to Train Your Dragon, Nico Parker fires back at Astrid fan backlash. I don't understand why these people feel the need to open up their mouths to fans. I really do not. I just don't understand it, man. If the fans have their certain way of saying whatever it is that they saying, let them have them feelings. It's perfectly fine. I don't understand what it is with these young actresses feeling the need that they got to say something. All right. It's Rachel Zegler. It's the Rachel Zeglerisms, isn't it? Y'all been talking to Rachel Zegler and stuff, man. Get Rachel out your inbox. Rachel, yeah, you ain't got to take that. You ain't got to take that from them fans. Talk your shit. Like, no, don't do that, all right? Especially the week that the movie comes out. Just let it ride. At this point, it's already a done deal. Just give them something nice. Hey, you know, I hope everybody comes out to watch the movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. Done, all right? But yeah, let's go ahead and let's walk through exactly what happened and what she had to say. Taking a page out of Rachel Zegler's book a few days before the release of the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie, actress Nico Parker sends the movie under the bus and fires back at the fan backlash surrounding her character, Astrid. In the original animated movie, Astrid is a Viking and she's blonde and has blue eyes. Well, the live-action remake changes that and uses Nico Parker, who's of mixed race. To go along with that, they change Astrid's eye and hair color to match Parker, all right? And that's old school Astrid, okay? Blue eyes, all right? Clearly blue eyes, clearly blonde hair, you know, just get the character right, right? That's all we ask. Proper casting solves all of this. Then you don't have, what? Fan backlash. The fans are like, hey, all right, just show up and watch the movie and we'll see what they did with it. Back in November, when the first footage was revealed, which included Nico Parker as Astrid, fans weren't thrilled with the race swap, and they shouldn't be, all right? Race swaps are lazy. Again, cast appropriately. That's all we ask. How hard can that be, man? But, you know, whatever. Again, if they did this, we could have swallowed it, all right? If they just did this, hey, man, put her in a blonde wig. You know, she got light enough skin. Put her in a blonde wig. People would be like, all right, man, whatever. I think this chick is like her mother is half black, half white, and then her father is all white. So she's like 1/4 black, you know, and you can see definitely the features, but yeah, just throw the blonde wig on her. It should have automatically did that from the rip, all right? And this never is a problem. Or at least it's not as big of a problem. And it's hard to blame fans for that, as that's what Hollywood's been doing for years. Yep, we understand that, all right? All about the DEI agenda, all right? But that said, Nico Parker is blaming the fans, and she says she doesn't care what they think. Oh, that's always smart. To say, oh, I don't care what my audience thinks about me or my character. Even though I'm going to be in this movie, All right. And it's not an original. It's a remake of a classic. All right. So what you want is the fans of the classic to throw their arms around you and give you all the support in the world. What you don't want to do is say, I don't care what you think. All right. That's the dumbest thing to say. Yeah. And that's some of the backlash, grums. John F. Trent covered that and everything. Parker responds to critics of her inclusivity and her role. I just don't care. Smart. Real smart there, Nico. And her mother is Thandie Newton. She is like an accomplished actress. She should have said, hey, don't say nothing to the fans about this, all right? Just keep your mouth closed. Don't say nothing about it, all right? You'll be just fine without saying any of this nonsense. I just don't care is not the thing to say to fans that are upset about the race swap and about this, inclusivity. We didn't ask for inclusivity in a Viking movie. It's just so stupid, man. All right, so the 20-year-old actress recently spoke to the Times of London in a featured interview. There are some people that really love the animated movies and really want to see an exact play-by-play of that film, and I hope that you can watch the new version and find something that you love about it regardless. You know what? Stop right there. That's it. Stop right there. That was fine. That was perfect. Hey, man, I know a lot of you guys, you just want to see the film exactly as you remembered it, exact play-by-play, with all the characters just lining up, doing exactly the same shit that they did in the animated, because that's what you fell in love with. All right? All right? We know you really love the animated movies. You're big fans of those. We're remaking that. We're remaking that because of the popularity of that movie, and that popularity is because of you, the fans. We love you. Thank you. All right? We hope that you can watch the new version, find something that you love about it regardless. Boom. That's it. Case closed. I'll see you at the movies. All right. That's what Tom Cruise would have did. See you at the movies. And he would have bolted out the door and he wouldn't have said nothing else. Is that what Nico Parker did? Nope. But for the people that just hate inclusivity, hate change, when it comes to that side of things, I just don't care. They really got to go and get some of these young actresses. They got to get these young actresses some media training. All right. Media training is crucial right now for a lot of these young actresses in these careers. Rachel Zegler, Amanda Stenberg, now Nico Parker. Want to mouth off to the fans. Stop it. Just say nothing. The media is laying landmines out there for you guys to trip and explode, and they get a quote and they're going to run with it. Learn how to avoid those. Hey, man, we got to navigate around these landmines that the media likes to throw out there, because that's just going to do nothing but hurt us. It's not going to help the movie. All right, it's not going to shut the fans up. As a matter of fact, it's just going to hype the fans up. Hey, these, man, it's like, just stop. But yeah, she continued, okay? She wasn't done. If I wouldn't value your opinion on most things in life, I can't value your opinion on my hair. If I did, I would go mad. Look, Rachel, you got to stop doing this, okay? You got to stop doing this shit, Rach. I'm sorry. I mean, Nico. It's the same shit, man. They got to go and get these young actresses some media training. All right. Learn how to talk to the fans. Learn how to. It's no need for a clapback. All right. There's no need for diss tracks, Amanda Stenberg. There's no need to tell the supporters of presidents, fuck you and all of that. I hope you never know peace. That's probably the next thing that's going to be coming out of this chick's mouth. Stop it. All right. And look, it's not about being or hating inclusivity or whatever. It might be about hating change, because look, again, you're remaking an animated classic. And a lot of people do want to see exactly what they got out of the first film. They don't want this to change. So in my opinion, here's the way it is. If you're remaking something, you get as close to the original as humanly possible. If you have to make some small changes because we just had the perfect actress. It's Nico Parker. Nobody else can play Astrid. All right, then when the fans clap back and say, hey, can you do something? Can you put a blonde wig on? You know what? That's not a bad compromise. Hey, Nico, we're going to put you in a blonde wig and there it go. All right. The fans seem like they're going to be all right with it. It's just like Sonic. Yeah, the Sonic team could have stood in their feelings and gotten all pissy. Oh, you don't like my design? Oh, what's wrong with my design? I thought I designed a great Sonic. They could have got all super pissy about this ugly ass Sonic over here. But they didn't. They said, you know what? The fans demanded it. We're making this movie for the fans. And so let's give the fans what the fans want. If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be making a Sonic movie. We wouldn't have this opportunity because it's the fans that made Sonic popular. So if you find people that made something popular and they said, hey, you know what? Can you just put on a blonde wig? And that should automatically just come straight to the director's mind. Oh, I'm casting. You know what? I think we're going to go with a blonde wig. We still got the representation if this is what really matters. All right. Because even with the blonde wig, definitely still looks like a black chick. But, you know, all right, cool. This is what the fans is probably going to be cool with. They've already made that suggestion. All right, let's go with it. Let's run with it. And everything would have been just fine. But no, now we got to, you know, have the clapbacks and all of that nonsense. Parker reflects on representation and hopes to drive change. Yeah, so here comes the activism and all of the crap that doesn't belong in the movie or in the conversation about the movie. It should just be about the movie. Parker was born into a filmmaking family as her father is director Ole Parker and her mother is actress Thandie Newton of Westworld. She said that growing up, there was little representation in Hollywood for mixed race or black icons. Your mother was literally the representative of that. What are you talking about? You had your mother to look at. You didn't need all of this other representation. And I don't even understand why skin color representation matters like that. It really doesn't. But I guess, you know, whatever, man. She finds it really special to see how much things have changed. There's still a long way to go for women in general. Look, full-blown activists already in terms of new parts, original material, and female-led stories. It's funny. We just saw a female-led story with Ballerina, and it flopped in the box office in its opening weekend. All right. So you need to go and tell your girls to go and watch all of these female-led stories that you love to see. I went to see it. All right. I went to see Ballerina. I'm probably going to go and see it again. How about your girls? Are they going to go watch it? Probably not. But I think that's everything is changing. I'd like to think that I could contribute to that change at some point. Look, all of this activism nonsense is going to be stupid. It's going to hurt the movie too. All right. How to Train Your Dragon opens this week. All right. The first batch of reviews have been mixed. Yeah. Like I was looking at this and I was watching this. It had dropped from like 88 to like 82 or 84. Now it's at 82. I wonder if it's still dropping. Let me refresh. No, it's still at 82. But yeah, this isn't that great of a score. It's not a terrible score, but it's not that great. And I'll be interested to see as more reviews pour in how this number changes. And then, of course, how the audience feels, because ultimately it's the audience that matters. But yeah, you're not doing them any favors there, girl. All right. All right. This look right here. Hey, I just would have did this. I would have said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put this blonde wig on. I'm going to call it a day. You know, give the fans what the fans want. And then if they don't like it, I'm going to still keep my mouth shut and say, hey, guys, you know, I hope you enjoyed the movie. I had a great time playing this character. I love the character. I'm a fan of the movie. Blah, blah, blah. Go see the movie. And I'm not saying nothing else. All right. They need media training. Learn how to avoid nonsensical stuff like this. This ain't helping at all. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I think it's just a bad look. And these young actresses need to learn to avoid this nonsense. If you're going to be putting yourself in race swapped roles and all of that, all right, learn how to navigate some of the shit that's coming your way instead of mouthing off and then destroying the movie. All right, possibly. We'll have to see. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.